welcome back to another video of F1 2019. Today we're going to be doing a 100 subscriber special, so a huge thank you to everybody. I believe we've actually ticked on to 101 subscribers the last time I checked, so thank you for everybody who's liked, watched and subscribed to the video over the years. And I've got a little bit of a treat in store. One of the things that's been requested is to have a Honda powered everybody, and to sort of merge it with another game experiment where we had remember we did a V8 versus V10 versus V12, and we did a Mercedes powered everybody. If you missed those two videos, then there'll be a series of things prompting you at the top now. But so yes, and you can. So yes, we got the V12 in the Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari, the V10 in the McLaren, Renault and Toro Rosso. What's that Mercedes doing going halfway around when I'm starting a time trial lap? Anyway, as I was saying, we got the V10 in the McLaren, the Renault and the Toro Rosso, the 88 V6 in the Racing Point, the Alfa Romeo and the Haas, and then because Williams is a special case, we got the 2019 V6 from the Toro Rosso, and I quote the Toro Rosso because there was a thing about Red Bull still having the Renault performance. So yes, those were the times on screen. We'll analyse those more. They're just the base times in the base cars, but you can see here we're going through the Mercedes. It's got Honda livery, Honda badges, and so is a Ferrari. But this is where it changes. The Red Bull has got this nice, better livery with white. I mean, don't me get me wrong. The Red Bull. I think I'm a bit tired of seeing the same Red Bull livery year on year. We need to, when you change Red Bull, and I mean, this could be it in the future, especially if Aston Martin pull away from Red Bull. So yes, I've tried my best to shun the game away from displaying all in pink, because the game dislikes to thinks that red is actually pink. Renault have got a Honda badge on it. Haas gone away the nasty rich energy sponsors and colours. Now with this red, back to their traditional it's more traditional Haas car really. I mean, red and white. I mean, of the early years, I mean later, I think last year they had black and white. McLaren have got back with Honda Power, and they have a white and orange livery, which I prefer to their blue and white livery. It looks a lot better, to be honest. Racing Point. Now there was two panels. I, for some reason, wouldn't change to red. I can only apologise about that. For some reason they wouldn't change to red. I don't know why. I double checked the files and there was no blue left. So I don't know. It's a weird glitch that is not changing the colour for some reason of those two panels. But everything else looks quite nice. To be honest, it's a lot better than the current Racing Point livery. And of course we've removed that disgusting sponsor. Alfa Romeo haven't done a lot with this. Just put the Power by Honda on the rear wing. That simply because the Alfa Romeo decal is a bit busy. I haven't touched the Toro Rosso simply because this is also potentially also the last time we're going to see the Toro Rosso. Well, this is probably going to be the last video we see the Toro Rosso livery. So I haven't touched it, but I've done an AlphaTauri mod already. So if you missed that video, then there is an thing to lead you to that, and you can download that mod and replace the Toro Rosso should you wish with that livery. And then finally the Williams, because the paint file is locked because they designed their livery in paint this year. So Honda is that wants changed on the back, and that is pretty much it. So on to our flying lap, and that was the sound of V12 from 1990. Yes, I know. That's what it sounds like in game. Into turn 1 and I forgot the fact that the understeer, the setup that I'm running was built for my Final Fantasy series, which has 2018 style handling. It's got better handling. It's at the top end of handling in that. So this mod has got default handling. So yes, I completely forgot, and I'm not sure if the power is not really helping the car. Through there, you can see there we're over the 10th. Don't forget also this is a V12. It does not have I don't think it has a turbo, whereas the V6 in the current car has a turbo, which is what we put this against. So just remember that, and also I think there's something going on with the fuel mixtures as well that are a little bit iffy, but we'll gloss over that. Up to the line, let's see what we can do. There's a poor exit out of there. Clip the curb a little bit. Up the line, 2 seconds off. So on to the McLaren now, to see what it can do. Up to the line. I've still got, by the way, my career mode helmet, which was for Renault. The more I see of that helmet, the more I think how basic it is compared to literally every other helmet that exists on the planet. So yes, Codemasters, please help. Please get rid of those helmets. But you can see there, we're not doing we're actually not doing very well. 113s. Sound there of a V6 from 1988. A long time ago, 31 years ago. I'm well that old, just to clarify that. But yes, the Racing Point was this car has got a turbo, unlike the car in the other two. So this shouldn't be shouldn't have as much power. And then we went in the Williams, which of course has got the power and noise of a Toro Rosso, which of course we've all heard over the years, so there's no need to show you that. But it'd be interesting to see what it can do compared to its own. If Honda, the engine is cheaper than Mercedes, then 3/10 off for Williams. So I don't know, that might be something they have to do if they run out of money. Racing Point, I said that as I said, the turbo happening there. The V10 and the V12, 2 seconds off. I expect that Red Bull. I messed up a little bit, so I reckon if I hadn't messed up a little bit, potentially those two would have been around 2 seconds off the pace. So yes, now we're going to have a 25% race around Brazil, in racing as Carlos Sainz again, in the McLaren. Time for qualifying. One stop. Start.
Qualifying here in Interlagos as the cars are readying up for what's likely to be a very important session.
Well, here we go. One stop qualifying. Whatever they call it. It's a 1 lap qualifying. But they don't call it that. I can't remember what it's called. But into turn 1, the understeer drops us to P20. And you can see here, as we go along the straight, you can see here that Hamilton and the top runners are using their aero too much. We go into the corners, we can make up some positions to P14. I'm not very good at this 1 lap qualifying. I always do better when the qualifying is run over like a short qualifying. But yes, you can see there the understeer is horrific as we go into P10 and P8 actually. So through this middle set we're doing scenes up to P6. Understeer there. Should we get that, mate? Yes, we do. Out of the corner. Have to see how many places though we're going to lose up the hill. Momentarily out to P5, back down to P6 now as we move to cross the line. ERS is. I'm not too sure what ERS is doing. but it's run out as we moved down to P11, which was unfortunate, but necessary, I think. So yes, P11, Lando down in P14, the Rookie of the Year. As you can see, Williams showing that I'm not surprised they've got the better engine of all, really, because they've got ERS and better deployment. But anyway, time for the race to today's Brazilian Grand Prix.
It's time for today's race at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache circuit here in Sao Paulo.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
Oh, Codemasters, what is those? Tyres? No, 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 no. Why is it faster to do more laps on a more degrading tyre than doing less laps? No, I don't get that. Why? I mean, I'll just give up. I mean, we'll start on the mediums. We might as well start on the mediums. We've got free tyre choice, so we might as well start on the mediums, I think, and hopefully we'll capitalise on busy pit lane later on, because everybody else will be on the softs, of course. Nobody else will be trying the mediums. 5 red lights, and away we go. And you can see we go to the left of the Alfa Romeo. Can we get down into turn 1? Yes, we can. Ahead of Sebastian Vettel. 2 Williams up in the top 10 for the first time in a very long time. Definitely the furthest up Robert Kubica's ever been, as he moves ahead of George Russell as well. I mean, he said he was Mr. Consistent, mate, gaining 1 position on the lap, and yet he's actually lost position as the understeer kicks into that corner. Keep ahead of Kimi Räikkönen for now being. Now you need to get past these Williams though, because they're going to be dead slow in the middle sector. And here we go, past one of them, George Russell. He's down to P8 now. Let me get the other one though, Robert Kubica. He will take into probably the lap 2 to get him, and we're going to do it in our favourite spot. If you've been watching Final Fantasy F1 2020 mod around Brazil, then you know that was my new favourite overtaking spot. And you can see there that, well, once we get past Kubica, it's not going to be a lot. You can see the Red Bulls, well, not Vettel. I think Vettel is having an absolute. I don't know what Vettel's AI is, a bit hokey pokey in F1 2019. And thank you so much for that, Robert. I mean, you really must remember that you're driving a Williams into turn 1, and in actual fact he's lost it. What's happened here? He's been pinched. His teammates knocked him into me. And then Räikkönen comes in and knocks him the wrong way. So there we go. On board with Max Verstappen, whose helmet coincidentally matches the colour of the livery that I've got in the Toro Rosso. Albon's the one doesn't, but that is where he stands. Verstappen in P5. Räikkönen is getting closer. You can see the power of the V6 turbo versus the V10, and you can see that Räikkönen is going way behind. You can see Russell is dropping back. I think Vettel is causing a trolley train, and Kubica, no, actually I think it's Kubica who's causing a trolley train halfway around the lap. We'll see if we can get in, move to lap 8 now. We're going to ditch these medium tyres as soon as possible. I mean, everybody wants to be on the soft that's the most grip, and they don't wear, and apparently they don't wear as much as the mediums in a 25% race. Out we go from the pits. I have not changed any of the liveries of the pit crew or anything like that. I don't for these short one individual episode mods. I do change it for series though. We're going to come out. We're going to come out at the back of this train, aren't we? Oh well, all aboard the Kubica train. I mean, he's given that wildlife tour, that hour of he's improving on the Wildlife Tour. Let's see how many we can pick off here, though. Down the inside of Romain Grosjean into this section, where we can go down to Pierre Gasly. Can we get the Toro Rosso? He's going to squeeze us out. He's not going to give us the room. We're going to try around the outside, but we just lose out, and Grosjean tries to come back at us. Down the inside now, what we can do, all the 3 cars down inside of our teammate. He's having a terrible time. Well, Stroll's going to keep us busy here. Can we get Stroll down the inside in our favourite overtaking spot? Yes. Can we get the Haas? No, we can't. We'll have to get him up the hill. Hopefully we get DRS off this Haas of Magnussen. That's the line though, and actually they're breaking away because they're all V6 turbos. Down the inside though, that's better. The V10, apart from the Renault of course, which is V10. You can see we've got Giovinazzi in the V6 turbo, putting his turbo against the Turbo-Lewis V10 of the Renault, the Honda powered Renault. You can see they're both battling into the middle sector. We're going to try and capitalise on Giovinazzi and Ricciardo's battling down the inside of both of them. Can we get Kubica as well? Yes, we can. Well, that was a dive bomb and a half. Kubica's tried to come back at us, of course. FIA give us a collision warning. Stupid collision warning. But that is us at the head of the queue. Fortunately, though, all that battling and my understeer at that corner, no warning, GG Codemasters, fortunately meant that I lost out to Kimi Raikkonen, and he really couldn't catch him. But one thing that was to note that is Max Verstappen, it got ahead of Alex Albon and was pressuring Lewis Hamilton, but Hamilton was blocking him with that V12 engine. But that was really the race. I couldn't catch Raikkonen. Hulkenberg, for some strange and weird reason, in a 25% race, went onto the hard tyre. Thank you so much for that, Codemasters. I mean, it's a 25% race. No. But yes, unfortunately I ran out of fuel. I was catching Raikkonen, but I'd need about 5 more laps, I reckon. 2 to catch him and then 3 probably to overtake him. So I had to settle for P7, which isn't bad, considering this fact we started outside the top 10. Charles Leclerc with the fast lap of the race. And Russell did actually score points and finished ahead of Ferrari, so that will get Claire Williams press. Unfortunately, it can't be said for Lando Norris, who finished in 17th. And Gasly showed his stripes by finishing in last. So yes, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, see more episodes like this. But until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Till the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.